How can one be free from this mind? The very thought of freedom is just another thought created by the mind itself. As long as there is a desire for enlightenment, true enlightenment remains out of reach, because this craving for enlightenment is nothing but another trap of the mind, an illusion of bondage. Somewhere there is a web and a trap. The mind not only creates desire, but also creates the desire for liberation from that very desire. The one who realizes this becomes free. The simple idea seems to be, if the mind has created desire, then if we are freed from the mind, we will attain enlightenment. But that is the mistake. The mind has deceived again. The mind has laid another trap, thrown another net, and you get entangled once more. A new desire is created again. Even enlightenment becomes a desire. What is the meaning of desire? It is what entangles you. What is the meaning of the material world? It is what becomes an expectation. What becomes a desire? What is the meaning of desire? It is what becomes tied to your future. Whatever you rely on, depend upon, and the hopes you live by, that is desire. If you are sitting in a shop, you are in desire. If you sit in a temple, you will be outside desire. Do not get caught up in such simplistic ideas. If it were that easy, there would be no confusion. Desire is neither in the shop, nor is freedom from desire found in the temple. The material world exists in expectations, desires, and hopes. The world exists in dreams. So, if you dream of moksha, or liberation, or enlightenment, you are still in desire, still in the material world. The one who is beyond the desire is the one who is in the present, in the here and now. But this means that even the desire for enlightenment must be let go. Otherwise, under the guise of seeking enlightenment, you will keep creating new desires through the very desire for enlightenment. Understanding is enough. There is no need to be free from anything. Free from what? If someone had bound you, then you could be freed. But no one has bound you in the first place. No one has bound you. Where was the bondage? Don't be in a hurry to free yourself from bondage, because it's possible there might be no bondage at all. Then, in trying to free yourself, you will become bound. And if there is no bondage, how can you be freed? Don't try to escape from bondage. Try to understand the bondage where it is. Ask, inquire, do not desire. Even the desire for the opposite is still a desire. You avoid the well, but fall into a ditch. What difference does it make if you've only changed the way of falling? Whether you fall to the left or to the right, what difference does it really make? Inquire, where is the bondage? What is the bondage? Look at the bondage with full awareness. This is what Buddha calls meditation, what is called mindfulness. Mindfulness means observing the bondage with full awareness. As you observe, you will find that the bondage melts away, disappears, because it is your unconsciousness. If you look at it with awareness, how can it remain? If bondage were real, there would be no way to attain enlightenment. Bondage is merely an illusion. It appears as though there is something, but in reality, there is nothing. A young seeker once went to the great Saint Nagarjuna and said, "I want to attain enlightenment, and I am prepared to dedicate my entire life to it." From his perspective, he thought he was speaking very wisely. After all, this is what has been asked in such questions before. The desire for martyrdom is now in our hearts. Let's see how much strength the executioner has left. He must have surely told Nagarjuna something like this: "I am even ready to die. Everything is in your hands now. You won't be able to say that I didn't make any effort. I am ready to do everything." From his side, he was honest. What can we say about his honesty? He was ready to die. And what more could be asked from a person? But his honesty was nothing more than a delusion. Nagarjuna said, "Let's conduct a small experiment first. There's no need to be in such a hurry to talk about dying just yet. This is not the language to use here. What does it mean to die or kill here? So, let's try a small experiment for 3 days, and then we will see." He told him to go into the cave in front, sit inside, and focus your mind on just one thing, that you have become a buffalo. The buffalo is standing right in front of you. The young seeker became a bit worried and asked, "What does this have to do with enlightenment?" Nagarjuna replied, "We will think about this for 3 days. So, for 3 days, without eating, drinking, or sleeping, just keep thinking that you have become a buffalo. I will return to you after 3 days. If you succeed in this, then enlightenment will be very easy. There will be no need to talk about dying." The young seeker set aside all doubts. He did not eat or sleep for 3 days, continuously thinking, "I am a buffalo, I am a buffalo." If someone thinks of being a buffalo for 3 days, they will indeed become a buffalo. It will not be that they just become one. Rather, they will realize it. A realization will arise. A cosmic web will be formed. When, after 3 days, he opened his eyes in the morning, he was shocked to find he had become a buffalo. He was even more terrified because he couldn't get out. The entrance to the cave was small, and now he was a buffalo with large horns. When he tried to leave, his horns got stuck. When he tried to shout, no human voice came out. Instead, the sound of a buffalo emerged. As soon as the sound was made, Nagarjuna hurried over. He saw that the young man was there, but there were no horns at all. However, the young man believed the horns were stuck, though there were no horns anywhere. The man who emerged was just the same as before. But 3 days of self-absorption, 3 days of constant suggestion, even if you suggest something just 3 times, can lead to results. In 3 days, he received countless suggestions, all without eating or sleeping. When you don't sleep for 3 days, the power of dreams accumulates, along with hunger. Just as the body weakens from hunger, the mind becomes equally stronger. That is why many religions practice fasting, and why many have night vigils. If you stay awake all night, you can perceive the divine more quickly, as the power to dream builds up. Scientific research has also been conducted on this. Scientists have found that if you don't dream for a long time, hallucinations begin to occur. Then you will start dreaming while awake. Your eyes will be open, yet you will see dreams. Dreams are a necessity. They are the outlet for your mind. Have you ever noticed that when your body weakens due to fever, you start seeing such visions that you would never see when you are in a healthy state? The mind starts to flying. You know that you are not flying anywhere. You are lying on your bed, but you start doubting. What has happened to you? Your body is weak. When the body is healthy, it puts a control on the mind. When the body becomes weak, the mind becomes completely free, and the mind is just the power of dreaming. In illness, people start seeing things that aren't there. Women tend to see more than men, and children tend to see more than adults. Especially wherever the mind is gentle and stronger than the body, dreaming becomes easier. 3 days of fasting, 3 days of sleeplessness, and 3 days of focusing on a single mantra. This is the essence of mantra yoga. If you sit and keep repeating Ram, Ram, Ram for several days, you will go mad. There is a limit to endurance. For 3 days, he kept repeating, I am a buffalo, I am a buffalo. It worked. The mantra had its effect. Nagarjuna stood at the door and started laughing. The young man felt very embarrassed and said, But you laughed. This doesn't suit you. Following your advice, I got stuck. Now get me out of here. My horns are too big, so I cannot get out, and I am also hungry. I haven't been able to sleep." Nagarjuna went to him and shook him hard. When he shook him, he woke up slightly from his stupor. When he woke up, he saw that the horns were gone and the buffalo was nowhere to be found. He began to understand. Nagarjuna said, "This is the key to enlightenment. The desire is created by you. You don't have to leave the desire. You just need to wake up and see. Those who told you to abandon desire have entangled you in the idea of enlightenment. I am not telling you to leave desire because the very idea of leaving is an illusion. If it doesn't exist, how can you leave it? If you try to leave it, you will fall into confusion. You need to see that which does not exist, understand that it does not exist, and become liberated. That is why Buddha said, to see the false as false. This is enlightenment. To see the void as void is enlightenment. The entire essence lies in this seeing. Don't even ask how to be free from desire. Who is it that is asking? It is your desire itself that is asking. If you keep listening to the words of this desire, then you will never be free. Wake up and see who is asking. Listen carefully. Who is making the vow? Who is it that wants to be free? Why do you want to be free? Where is the bondage? And whoever woke up and saw, they started laughing because they never found any bondage. In wakefulness, there is no bondage. That's why Buddha keeps shouting again and again, don't fall into delusion. Wake up. Come to your senses. You haven't gone anywhere. You are exactly where you are meant to be. You have never been a buffalo. You are what you are. You are divine. You cannot move even a bit here or there, and there is no way to be otherwise. Yes, you can live in delusion. You can perceive yourself however you wish. The mind is powerful. You will become whatever you want to be, and the day you want to see, that day you will become a vision, and that vision is enlightenment.